Today, I want to be talking about the 2028 Republican primaries and the first four states to vote. Sorry about that. So first, we're going to go ahead and start off with Iowa. So yes, this will be a two-part video. First, I'm just going to do the first four states before Super Tuesday. Then I'm going to release a Super Tuesday video if the first video does do good. And then we'll go from there. So first, I want to talk about Iowa and the most recent Republican primaries. The main guys, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, uh, Nikki Haley, and Vivek. The rest of these guys don't really matter. Oops. So as you see, Nikki Haley was able to win one county, and Nikki Haley came third with 19.1%. Now, I don't think this space will leave her. I think she will still have around 20%, but I think she will lose a little bit of popularity. Oops. Then we have Ron DeSantis. I also don't think this space is leaving him either. And the 7%, now here's my thing. I do think Ron DeSantis does take a small hit to his popularity, and it goes to J.D. Vance, okay? Vivek, he at least gets. I think him and J.D. Vance are also in a tough fight for a popular vote. I also think Ron DeSantis loses a little. Vivek gets some numbers. J.D. Vance gets some numbers. Now, if we go to the 2016 primaries, we see Ted Cruz actually won this state. So we see the more moderate conservative guys do a lot better in Iowa than some other states. Trump got second, so I also think J.D. Vance would get second and Vivek. Ted Cruz would probably. So I think it's a fight between Ted Cruz, Ron DeSantis. I think we could see J.D. Vance, Vivek go up a little bit. Let me. And I think Chris Christie gets a percentage of the vote, and maybe Tim Scott. Then after that, we go New Hampshire. Oops. Ooh. U.S. map. Let's go to New Hampshire, which is the second state to vote. 43% went to Nikki Haley, while 54% went to Donald Trump. Now we see this is New Hampshire is it has open primaries, so it usually does go a little bit more liberal. As we see here, New Hampshire was a blowout for Trump. But recently it's been a little bit more liberal. So I think Chris Christie would get good percentage of the vote. Nikki Haley gets a good percentage of the vote. Nikki Haley probably wins this state, but because of what she's not too popular anymore. She's probably been. Ron DeSantis would probably end up winning the state. We would see J.D. Vance do good. Ted Cruz probably do a little bit worse than J.D. Vance. And Vivek. Oh. Let me. And Vivek would probably be pretty close to Ted Cruz and J.D. Vance and all of them guys. So here we see now Ron DeSantis. It's a race between Ron DeSantis, Vivek. Nikki Haley's gonna start falling behind. We go Nevada. Nikki Haley's was not popular in Nevada at all. We go Nevada. Look. Wait, what? No, primaries. Okay. I was so confused for a little bit. But yeah, primaries is what. Wait, were we looking at primaries over here? Yeah, there wasn't a primary option. That's confusing. Wait, primaries. So we see Nikki Haley did get 30% the vote over here. Mike Pence was an option, but I don't think he'll run in 2024. Tim Scott got out the vote. But none of these candidates got 63% of the vote. So I think this is a state J.D. Vance will do good in, and so will Vivek. I think Nikki Haley might get probably, she'll get 20, 19% the vote. I think Chris Christie would have dropped out by this point and endorsed Nikki Haley. Okay, let me fudge these numbers a little bit. I think Vivek would end up winning that state. No, even though JD Vance hasn't won a state yet, it's got the most votes. Now we go South Carolina. Now, in South Carolina, uh, even though Nikki Haley was the governor, it wasn't the best state for her. Um, Trump still did good, so we see Trump is still doing pretty good. If we go South Carolina here, Trump, Rubo did put up a small fight against Trump, and so did Ted Cruz. So look, we have what they're both more moderates, I would say. I guess you could argue Trump's more of a moderate, but I would say Trump's the new far right of the Republican Party. I don't think anybody's winning a primary being farther right than Trump is now. Bush got 7.8. Carson's. So we see there's a good, I would say, about what, 40, 50% um moderate voter over here. So I think this is a state Ron DeSantis and Ted Cruz do pretty good in. We'll see Nikki Haley. She'll still get her percentage of the vote, but I think she loses political relevancy over the next few years. I think JD Vance puts up a pretty good fight with Ron DeSantis. How's this map looking? Yeah, that seems right. So I do think Ron DeSantis will win those votes with JD Vance and Vivek. Ted Cruz being right behind him with Nikki Haley. I think Tim Scott would have dropped out by this point and endorsed JD Vance. Now this is the start of my map. I'll release another video if this video does good on the Super Tuesday states. Alright, thank you all for watching and peace out.